Hey everybody, how are you doing today? So, we're getting right up on the end of the year, and I want to make sure that you're prepared to have a successful finish. So, I want to talk about a few events that we have coming up. Make sure that you have them on the calendar. And then, ironically, we're also going to be talking about your calendar today because that's one of the training areas that a lot of people don't focus on, but it can be one of the most important things if you want to be successful. So, first things first, the next event that we have coming up, and I expect everybody to be at this event, is Vision IQ. Vision IQ is a goal setting program that we developed in house, and we're also doing it with the Breakthrough Broker program. So, we're putting two really great programs together to make one program that's going to allow you to not only create a vision for yourself and for your life, what you want to get out of your next year, and create goals around it. But then we're going to break down the numbers as well. And we're going to look at what is it that you need to do? What exactly needs to be done in order for those goals to happen? So make sure you get registered. The link will be in the comments of this video. It's Vision IQ. It's on December the 3rd, and it is from 11 to 3. I'm going to update the time on here. We moved it from 11 to 3 so that it's in the middle of the day rather than right in the morning, not part of that daytime rush. So 11 to 3. And if you look here on the agenda is correct. So we'll do 11 and 12 check-in. We'll have lunch for you. 12 to 2, we'll do the Vision IQ portion. And then the 2 to 3 will be the Breakthrough Broker Success Plan setup, where we'll actually be breaking down the numbers that you need to have a successful 2020. Gosh, I got to get used to saying that. I can't believe that we're almost in 2020 already. Now, the next event that you want to make sure and get registered for is Frosty and the Grinch Do Christmas. And I really want you to think, who else do I want to invite to this event? Who do I know that would be a lot of fun to bring out to this event? Other vendor partners, other friends, clients that you wouldn't mind coming out and partying with. Don't invite your clients if you don't want them to come out and have a good time, to come out and have a party. But this is open. Remember, when you come here, you'll click tickets. It'll say you have to put in a password. Now, we selected a really hard to remember password. It is party time. If you can't remember that, just remember it's party time. Really simple, really easy. After you enter that password, you click apply, and then the ticket prices will actually show up. We've got a single ticket. We have a 2-pack. There's a little bit of a discount if you buy the 2-pack. And all tickets this year come with unlimited buffet, unlimited soft drinks, and an open bar from a pre-selected list. So that's going to include some mixed drinks. It's going to include beers. It's going to include a little bit of shots. So we're going to have a little bit of everything on the open bar this year. It's going to be a ton of fun. I'm really excited for it. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about is a training that I developed about, this had to be about a year ago that we put this out. Now, if you go into the YouTube page and you look for creating a calendar that works, you can find that training there where we actually break this down and we talk about what you can do to create a calendar that's actually going to be effective. Now, it can take a little bit of time. You can wind up spending probably a good solid week working on developing and designing that calendar. Because we're so close to the end of the year, I know that you don't have time to probably sit down for a week right now and develop a calendar. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to focus on at least the following things. Number one, you got to get out that calendar. You got to get in the habit of using a digital calendar. And if you look here, I've got all sorts of calendars that I use, and I sync it all together into one location so that it's all on my calendar. And it goes into my phone, and then I'm able to see everything from my phone. But a couple of things you want to make sure are on your calendar. You want to make sure Vision IQ, December the 3rd, is on your calendar. You want to make sure that the holiday party is on your calendar. And you want to make sure all of the other events that you have going on are on your calendar. You see, I used to be the kind of person that I thought, well, Christmas is Christmas. Thanksgiving is Thanksgiving. That doesn't need to be on my calendar. I remember those dates. Surprisingly enough, you do need to put everything on your calendar because it's really easy to double book. And you've heard people say that before. Oh man, I'm double booked. What they really mean is I had something up here in my head and I didn't put it on a calendar. And then somebody else also requested that time. And I forgot that the first one was here. And I went ahead and I put the other one here. And then when it came down to the day of the event, I wasn't able to make it because I was double booked. That's what it means when someone says that they're double booked. It means that I had them up here and not written down in one central location. So add all of your events to the calendar right now so that you don't have that problem going forward. Now, a couple of other things that you want to think about. In addition to events, in addition to appointments, in addition to that doctor's visit or whatever it is that you have, client appointments, client meetings, sitting down with vendors to talk with them, training, all of that goes in your calendar. And the reason that we do that is because when you start to add it, you'll come to realize how busy you really are. Or vice versa, you may realize that you're not as busy as you think. So one of two things happens when you start to clean the calendar. It either tells you I'm really, really busy, or I'm not nearly as busy as I thought. Maybe I can do a few extra things. Maybe I can get more involved in a few things. This time of year, I want you to be really cognizant about two things that have to be on the calendar. Number one, every single day, Monday through Friday, Monday through Saturday, whatever days it is you work, Sunday through Friday, every working day left on the calendar, you need to have time in there for prospecting. You need to have time in there for reaching out to those leads, talking to them, and drumming up new business. I'll tell you one thing. Most agents fall asleep in the holidays. They don't go to work. They get really focused on all the events and all the family things, and they forget about their business. If you can take advantage of that by being the person who takes 2 hours, minimum an hour, but if you can, 2 hours prospecting every day, reaching out to leads. How are you doing? Are you looking to buy or sell? You will be the one who's there to help them right as the year ends and they start looking in January. This is how you make sure that you have a good end of the year and a fantastic beginning of the year. So you need to make sure that you schedule 1 to 2 hours every working day for prospecting now through the end of the year. There's no other option. You have to do that. It is absolutely imperative that you do that. The other thing that you want to make sure that you have on your calendar is time to work on your marketing. What am I going to do for marketing? How am I going to do it? And I'm talking about planning for your marketing in addition to executing. See, a lot of the time, we don't even put time on the calendar to plan things. So then those things don't happen. So, two major things that you need to get on your calendar and just do it for the rest of the year. If we've got 1 week, 1.5 weeks left in November. We have the entire month of December. We're only talking about 40 days here. Let's make this our big giant push to finish the year strong. Get your prospecting in there, get all of your events in there, and make sure that you have time for planning your marketing, for planning how you're going to manage your business in 2020. So, guys, take 20, 30 minutes today, however long your RSPs have for you to work on this, but really put a focus on cleaning up your calendar. The one thing that drives me crazy is when someone says, I feel really, really busy. I feel like my plate is full. And I say, well, let me look at your calendar. And they don't have a calendar. They're keeping everything up here. And the reason they feel so busy, the reason they feel so full is because they don't have a calendar. I live by my calendar. Wherever my calendar says I need to be and the time that I need to be there, that's where I'm at. I don't have to think about where do I need to be next. I don't have to kind of plan spontaneously. I just live by my calendar, and it is a lot better for me mentally. It's better for my stress, and it allows me to do a lot more than other people because I'm well planned out. So take the time, work on your calendar today. If you have time, go back and watch that video, creating a calendar that works. It's a really phenomenal training. We put a lot of time, a lot of effort into it, and it's only about 10 minutes long. So you can really start to build out your calendar if you want to take it to the next level. Minimum, remember those three things: all of the events that you have coming up, prospecting time, and planning time, so that you can get your marketing on point for next year. Thank you so much, guys. Go get signed up for those events, get your calendars cleaned up, and I'll see you next week.